Hey everyone, we're flying casual. I'm James Razile, joined with
My name's Josh.
from the Den of Nerds
Yes, from
YouTube
the Den of Nerds.
channel
I should have said that.
slash website. Now, is it too early to say that? Can I say that?
Yeah,
Is
you
it?
can totally
No?
say that. Yeah, I was working on a website today, so that'll happen. That'll happen semi soon. But yes, the Den of Nerds, I guess, thing is the best way to refer to it. It's a thing.
I'm in my den right now, and it is a mess. So I will
Yeah,
leave
and I'm in my car. It
it.
is also a mess, actually. Yeah,
So
it's terrible.
hopefully you're listening to this, and I apologize for my microphone. I know it sounds not the best. So whatever, we'll move on from that one.
Yeah, it's good.
Today's topic, I was really excited to talk with you about this, is Battlefront 2, which I'm
Yes.
pretty confident I'm going to enjoy, much like we were on the Nerd News Hour earlier today talking about Spider-Man. I enjoy Spider-Man no matter what movie, 1, 2, or 3. I enjoy them all. Amazing, spectacular, doesn't matter. So Battlefront's the same way. I've enjoyed every Battlefront. I even enjoyed the newest one. Josh, did you like the newest Battlefront?
I gotta be honest. I did. While I am not like you, sir, and I actually don't like everything, and bad things are bad things. I did actually enjoy the first Battlefront a lot. I know a lot of people talk crap on it and whatever, but to me, it was a pretty freaking cool game. Overpriced, sure. Stripped of a lot of features it should have had, sure. But a terrible game, it is not. That is a fun game, dude. Just to like get in the Star Wars world. I mean, the sound design and everything on there is really, really cool. So yeah, I like the first game.
Yeah, the sound gets you in there for the moment. And I didn't have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, and I really want to play. I really want a Battlefront. And for Christmas, my wife Erin got me the PlayStation 4 bundle with the Vader on it and the Star Wars controller and the heads. Like everything was part of
Yes.
it. So I was like, and I put it in, and not having the newest systems. I had a Wii U, which is you know
Yeah.
it's fine, but it is. The graphics took me right off. I was like, oh my, look, I Tatooine level blew my mind. Before I even played online, just the not campaign mode, whatever that is, the don't
I think the
die.
beta
Yeah, it
or
was like no, it was whatever. It was don't die in Tatooine, and I die like that all the time. I love that one. I'm a 5-10 minute gamer. That's the joke. But Battlefront,
right.
Aaron and I played Battlefront when I first got it. We spent a good 4 to 6 hours in one night playing
Yeah,
it
man.
playing
It's
it
a
together on
great RPG.
survival. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. So I'm really excited for Battlefront 2. Did you see any of the panel while you're at Star Wars Celebration online?
That's the big one I missed actually. You know what's funny is like when before I went there, I thought it was going to be like an open floor kind of setting, a little bit more like E3-ish where they had developers there, you could just go in and do all that. But from what I understand, it was just like a panel. Did it run like the other panels? Because you guys went, right?
Yeah, I went. I was Brock didn't come with us because he likes Battlefront, but he's not crazy. But and like you, I was super pumped. Yeah, it was just a regular panel. They came out on the stage. They showed us the full trailer because if you remember, it leaked. A shorter version of the trailer leaked that day. They showed
Right.
us the full trailer. Did the panel. No question answers. Two people in the audience won a PlayStation
Oh yeah, you
4
did say
Pro.
that.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and VR, right?
no, it was the Pro, so it was a 4K with Battlefront 2 and all that.
Oh, nice.
I thought that was pretty cool. Actually, Celebration Anaheim, my friend Sheldon, his son won the PlayStation 4 bundle with Battlefront 1 at Celebration Anaheim, which I was
Nice.
like, I'm
That's
like, the
awesome.
odds are in my favor. I got to win this one. I was nowhere near. But yeah, but anyway, it was just it was a regular panel.
Uh, No, yeah, I didn't get to see much of it though, to be honest. Yeah, that's the one of the big things I missed when I was at Celebration. But yeah, I heard it was pretty cool though. I mean, I
Yes.
saw the trailer, obviously.
Yeah, they showed us this behind the scene things after that we were not allowed to talk about. I'm sure we could now if we wanted to, but it was cool to see that and see the cast. The one thing that really stood out though, before we get into what we're going to talk about, was the excitement of the game developers in that panel. They were all hardcore Star Wars fans. I can't remember any of their names right
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
I did a video right after I watched it, and the main whoever is the big boss right now of all of the whole thing, overseeing the whole thing, is a huge Darth Maul fan. He came out and he said, "You know what?
Mm.
I have a man crush on Darth Maul, and that's why Darth Maul has been featured heavily." And I was like, "That's totally cool with me because it's like,
Yeah.
fine, you know." And then another guy was involved. He had like he had a Jedi card from 1984, I think it was, where
Oh
he
wow.
was an honorary Jedi, and he's like, I'm really excited to do this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so all these people were like super
That
super
was that
excited.
was one of the coolest things from just celebration in general. And like to your point though, I think that like it's cool to see people that were, either grew up on it or were influenced when they were young and now they're doing their thing in their chosen industry and they get a chance to take on Star Wars
Yeah.
and they're like, hell yes, and they're super big fans. And it helps people like us be like, yeah.
So let's move right on to this week on Reddit. New segment of the show. This week in
Yes.
Reddit.
This
We
week in Reddit.
somebody leaked. I don't know their name, but somebody leaked a character list for the Rebels and the Empire for Battlefront 2. Would you like me to read that list off to you? Do you have it in hand?
I would like you to read that list off.
All right, we'll start with the Empire because that's what I like the best. We got
Mm.
Boba Fett, which no surprise there. Bosk, who was not in the first Battlefront, but now will be there, and Brock is very happy about that. Darth Vader, of course. Palpatine, of course. I'm gonna skip this one. Kylo Ren, Darth Maul, Phasma, and the one that I think everybody was anticipating, Grievous. General Grievous is on the. Take this for what it is. It might. It's on my demo.
Wait. You're totally serious? Grievous is gonna be that's what
Grievous, yeah, it says
because
Emperor
for a second
Palpatine.
there I thought you were messing with me.
No, I skipped over Grievous to get to him at the end because I knew that was the big one. Yeah,
Oh, dude, that is
Grievous.
amazing. That is
I
awesome.
love that you're just finding this out. That's awesome.
I know because I thought that I had the list. Apparently, I don't have the list. This is amazing. No,
There was two
Grievous
lists.
is
Sorry,
great.
there were two lists. The second one is from Uninspired Zebra underscore Zebra released this list. So the first list didn't have.
That's what you were saying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the first list didn't have Grievous on it. This one does. And then there's the Rebels are Chewie, Han, Lando, Leia, Luke, Rey, Yoda, and blank.
Mm.
My feeling right now, I'm going to just tell you who I think it is, and then you can
Snoke.
tell me who you think it is. It's definitely Snoke. I think it's Obi-Wan. That's what I'm going to
Ooh.
say. Who do you think it is?
Yeah, I can see that. So wait, hit me with that list again. I'm sorry.
Okay. Chewie,
Yoda. Yep.
Han,
Mhm.
Lando,
Yep.
Leia,
hmm
Luke,
Okay.
Rey, and Yoda.
It's clearly Snoke. Yeah,
Yeah.
It simply has to be Snoke. I
Although,
don't know.
wait, I actually heard that the first DLC is actually Finn. So scratch my.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that kind of kills it for me
It's
too.
so strange that Finn, first of all, wouldn't just be on this list, and I would put Finn over. Well, I don't know, but they want to do Force
Well,
Awakens.
Finn seems to get the shaft a lot. Like, yeah, his character seems to get the shaft a lot. It'd be cool to see him in there. I mean, what about his love interest, Rose, this completely random
Yeah.
character? She could be cool in there. There's a whole bunch of Rebels that I would love to see from like different not expanded universe, but like ancillary stuff that probably wouldn't get in there. Like Thane Kyrell could be cool. I don't know, man. Yeah, I really don't know. What about the rumor? Are we going to get to that rumor that you told
Yeah,
me?
let's get right to it because I thought we thought it is, and now there's a rumor that I read on this website, the Polygon.
Yes.
Polygon.com. Have you been on Polygon before?
I have actually. I was on there today, I think.
There you go. So they think, and I really thought this was cool, but then when you look at it, Finn or Obi-Wan make a little bit more sense, is they go with Iden Versio, who is the lead Imperial character that you get to play in Battlefront. It is strange that you wouldn't get to be her on the online version of it, just the campaign mode. I think it's kind of weird. It's like I'm 50-50. I'm full Brock on whether or not I find that weird.
Yeah.
But they're like, is there a possibility that she's a turncoat and becomes a member of the rebellion at the end of that storyline? Which I think you guys totally cool. I would be so on board with that.
I would be so on board with that too. What would be cool is if they kept it kind of like a mystery character until you beat the game. Now, granted, in the world we live in, everyone's going to know that anyways, but that still would have been kind of cool. Yeah, I think that'd be nuts. I mean, she seems kind of like a really badass character. She's in the novel. Am I wrong? She's in
which comes out I think really soon. If you're at San Diego Comic Con, there is an exclusive version of that book there. I am not going to be there, unfortunately.
I will not be there, but I have someone I might try to bribe to get me that. It sounds cool.
Me too. Fatty Fan Theories might be going there, and I am like, just get me that book. Either way,
Yes.
I'm gonna get that book on my digital e-reader. That was
Yeah.
digital on my e-reader because in Canada we have Kobos,
Oh, what's that?
and it's a Kindle. We also
Uh,
have Kindles, but we have Kobos also.
sure.
That's the
Sure.
Canadian version. That's what we have. So I'm definitely gonna get it. But if you're at San Diego Comic Con, you can get that exclusive. The cover is this Death Trooper cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks just wild. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But she's going to be all over that book. So if she ended up turning, that would be amazing. I would be all in on this one.
Yeah, I'm all in on that too. That sounds awesome. I'm excited. I hope that she's a character that's more than just cool in the game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's all these opportunities now. Like if she were to show up now in a comic book or, even be in one of the movies or something like that. I really want this story for Battlefront 2 to have stakes. You know what I mean? And to have some kind of canonical impact. And so if that happens and she ends up being a rebel, hopefully an iconic one, that'd be really cool.
And she could show up in like 9. Like
Yeah.
she could show up. It doesn't have to be a big role. It could be Snap
Right.
Wexley from the Aftermath series. Just like
Yep.
be like, hey, Iden, come here, and you're like, oh, what? Like, and that's all
Yeah.
you need. And they're like,
Yeah.
Iden got the plans for this, and you're just like, I'm in, totally in.
And hopefully, beyond that too, she could even play a role in something major that leads into the Force Awakens or something,
Yeah.
similar. That
Oh, yeah.
that could be really cool. I mean, we're playing in a time period now that everybody wants to know more about. This is the big secret. This is the thing that they haven't told us much about, is this whole period between Jedi and Force Awakens. You know what I mean? And particularly what happens with Luke. We've gotten rumors. There were rumors, right, at Celebration that they're going to cover possibly Luke's temple falling and Kylo's turn, maybe.
So what they told us in the panel was this takes place the 30 years between Jedi and Force Awakens, and in the campaign, in the story, which is a canon story, you will play as
Yeah.
Luke and Kylo Ren.
Oof.
That's what
I
they
mean,
said.
well, unless they're going fishing, like it has to be something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
you need to give us that good stuff. You're
I
gonna be
think,
playing as Luke and Kylo.
and you
That's
know what?
awesome.
Battlefront One, like you and I both enjoyed it. You enjoyed it more for what it was. I enjoyed it because I'm not a huge gamer. That's just how it is. But
Right.
people were disappointed with it, and people want more. They and EA, to their credit, they listened to fans. I would say over this because I remember you would I would tweet them and they would tweet right back to me, and then enough people tweet the same things, and there would be like an upgrade, a couple months later, and you'd be like, oh, they listened to what everybody wanted. Fantastic. There's Erin in the background. She's we're listening to you watch. She's wearing. But they listen to it. And I think this one right now, if they really want the brand to be the brand, you're
Right.
gonna punch us in the face with something amazing. And
Yeah.
I think they know, and I think they're gonna give it to us. I think there's gonna be a
Yeah.
big payoff.
I agree, man. It's really, I think it's going to be more than just a Battlefront game. I think you're right. They have been listening to fans. Like, man, it's so weird because when you look at the numbers, that game, the first game, made a ton of money, but it also made a ton of problems. Like, it really did feel like they were not going to sell units this go around unless they really shored up all the problems that they had. And we're living in a really cool time and age right now where fans have a lot of say and a lot of impact for these different companies with things like social media, and different things like that. We can really let our voices be heard. It's cool that they're listening. Like, I don't really particularly like EA that much at all, but it really does seem like they listen to the fans. So
Yeah, which is what sometimes though that could work out not so much in your favor when you listen to the
it's
fans too
true.
much. I'm looking at you, Ninja Turtles reboot movie.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so, I mean, but I think this case though it is going to play. This is a good thing for them to do because I think but they also said before in Battlefront One they were rushed. They said they were rushed. They needed to get it out before
Yeah, that's true.
Force Awakens came. They weren't allowed to put Force Awakens stuff in it, which is I think a whole problem of itself is the way
Right.
that these artists they can't tell a story because they're like you can't mention that Don't mention that.
That's true. And you know what? I want to do more videos with you about that in particular because it feels like that's the whole Lucasfilm New Canon problem.
Yeah.
And it's something we've talked about before, but like, man, especially as we move further and further along here, it is really starting to feel like a burden to these properties. You know what I mean? Look, maybe a burden that's worth it because I love the canon, I love the continuity, but at the same time, like I love great stories. If we're getting to this point where we're gonna push out cookie cutter stuff and just be super safe, like I'm not really that into that.
Yeah, neither am I. Did you side Akbar here? Did you see Pablo Hidalgo's tweet on Canon the other day?
I don't know if I saw the tweet, but I think I saw like an article in response to it. What was exactly the tweet?
It was a series of tweets about how Canon it doesn't make sense. He was like, it's if it was basically it doesn't matter who shot first, Han or Greedo. The only thing that matters is that Greedo died.
Yeah,
That's what he's saying, which makes complete sense because I tweeted at him a little while ago because in the Darth Vader comic book, the new one that's out, they burned Yoda's lightsaber. But in one of the dictionary books that Andrew Fantasia showed me, in Dagobah, there is a spot for Yoda to put his lightsaber. So I said, well, you just destroyed it. And Pablo said, well, obviously he has more than one lightsaber.
yeah,
And I just kind of stopped it there. But I also felt like they're making this big thing about how important the crystals are. And you're telling
right.
me that he found a crystal on Dagobah? Because he goes from Revenge of the Sith to Dagobah, like,
Yeah, or does he?
well, I mean,
Or
obviously,
does he?
obviously that's going to get retconned. But, you know what I mean? Like, the,
He went to the Kyber Crystal outlet and he went absolutely nuts because he knew all those credits were going to be worthless the
yeah.
next day. Ball out, I must. And then he just went for it,
Why
man.
haven't
So,
they given you the go ahead to write to write this comic?
it's funny. I do know some people that are involved with the Marvel comics, with Star Wars, and I keep hitting them up with these awesome ideas like the one I just told you.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they're not doing it. They're not pulling the trigger on these. So I don't know. But
Well, they're not hiring the right people.
yes, agreed.
No, so they're just going off on the canon. It's almost like they're going to do what they want to do, and if something doesn't work out because of something else, they're just going to say, well, because of this. Like so,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, which is fine, but you're still handcuffing the artists, which is frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a dude, and that's the thing. That is the whole problem. That's why I want to have a really long dialogue. In fact, we should do a podcast, either like, one of my podcasts or one of your podcasts, where we just kind of dive into this at length because the thing is, we can't have our cake and eat it too, right? Like we are in a weird spot as fans because I care so much about this continuity, that I don't want it to be broken, but at the same time, I'm sitting there kind of complaining that those constraints aren't allowing creative freedom. I think maybe the solution is, I mean, look at what they did with The Last Jedi. Obviously we haven't seen the film yet, but all signs point to Rian Johnson just coming up with the story. Like literally they were like, we have everything figured out right up till here.
Yeah.
And then he's literally like, okay, well, what if we did this? And they were like, yes, we like that. So maybe the only place for that to happen now is the new territory. If that's the case, they need more new territory stuff, like period. Like the saga can't just be, this once every other year and then it's done for a while or whatever. Yeah, that's just kind of my opinions on it. We're in a tricky spot, I feel like.
Yeah, have you seen Forces of Destiny at all?
No, what part is it up to? Is like 3 or something like
I think
that?
we're on 4. The Ahsoka one dropped today. If you have not seen it, Ahsoka.
Yeah. It's I feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity. I wanted to get on those and kind of crank on them, but I gotta be honest, like that, just the animation doesn't do it for me. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah, it's what Andrew and I are going to do a review when they're all done. I watched the first one the day it came out. Brock and I reviewed it on the podcast, and then I watched 2 of them yesterday. No, the next 3 today actually. I watched the Rey and BB-8 one, the Leia and the Ewoks one, and the Ahsoka one. And the Rey ones in particular, which I said to Brock, I thought Poe. I know they're trying to go with all the female leads and stuff, but I think Poe is really the character they should have concentrated on for this instead of Rey.
Yeah,
Because you can only do so much with Rey because she's the lead of your movie. And these take place, and they can't tell us anything about Rey, and they want to do it with Rey and BB-8, and the only time you can have Rey and BB-8 is in the beginning of The Force Awakens. So this takes place like their first night together, like the night right after.
Yeah, that's what I had heard. Yeah.
And it's it's fine, but as a canon thing, you're like, well, why? But if it's a separate story that like my 5-year-old niece wants to watch, whatever, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But now you're gonna tell me that Rey slaughtered a 300-foot slug, you know, that's I'm fine, whatever.
Spoilers, dude. I didn't watch. No, no, actually, that's
long.
in the article. I'm just kidding. It's
It's
in the
2 minutes
article.
long.
No, it's in the article. They talk about that too. They're like, this crazy thing happened, and
Yeah.
this huge monster, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm intrigued. Obviously, not intrigued enough to check it out. I mean, look, we're gonna get to this point with Star Wars, and this is gonna be a hard thing for people like you and I to accept. But we're getting to this place in Star Wars where we simply not all this is made for us. Not
Yeah.
all of this is going to be stuff that you and I are going to enjoy, and it's arguably already there because there's YA stuff that I don't read.
Yeah.
I read a fair bit. You read a fair bit. Look, we're really into this stuff, and I think it's going to get to that point where there's just stuff that isn't for you and me, man. And it's like that's what I feel about like with Forces of Destiny. I'm a fan of animation, like as a school, and I'm probably still going to check it out. But yeah, I don't think it's really for me.
Well, before I could read, I had little 35 records of Star Wars, and when R2 goes bloop bloop bloop, turn the page, and I did that, and my parents love Star Wars, and I'm pretty sure they did not care about that.
True.
They weren't
Yeah,
like, we need to know what this story is that
that's
R2
true.
and
That's true.
3PO are doing. So not
But
everything.
are your parents as into it as you and I are?
No, but my dad, his birthday's in December, and he is so excited for Star Wars because it's in December now that I think he was crushed when I told him that it was going back to May. He goes, but what are you gonna do for my birthday? I
Right.
was the Force Awakens. I surprised him with tickets on his birthday. We like printed out these fake tickets, got him a Darth Vader T-shirt, and we're like, we're
Oh,
going,
that's
and
awesome.
we're taking him in these VIP theaters where you can buy beer and hamburgers and stuff in them.
Well, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic. That's the only way I'm seeing Spider-Man like that. And yeah, you see
Nice.
like Lazy Boys, and you watch them.
That's that's awesome.
And he loves every second of that. And my mom, when we first saw him, I was like, I like all the Star Wars films, even the prequels that nobody likes. And then my mom beside him goes, well, I do too.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. So they're
like
pretty big fans, yeah.
yeah, they're not diehards, but on my birthday, my dad wore a May the Force be with you shirt.
Nice, very cool.
So there you
The
go.
birthday that you lied to me about.
It's weird that Brock and I have the same.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't accept it as a thing. And yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, nah, they're joking.
most people can't. And that was most people hated that episode because we just gave each other gifts for the first half hour.
That's a perfect
I
episode, dude.
know,
It's
but
perfect podcast. I'd love to listen to people give each other gifts. I think that's a new thing.
we just said, okay, let's quickly get back to this and before we wrap it up on the Battlefront 2
Yes.
here.
Yes,
All right.
yes, yes.
So we don't know who the last rebel is. We're pretty sure it's going to be Finn because that's who we heard the first download is. If this is legit, and it's not, let's say the Scum argument is not Finn, or this list are people that are not DLC, these are who would you like to see in that last slot?
The last hero slot. Why not Ahsoka Tano? You know what I mean? Like, why
Oh,
can't we? Yeah, why can't we go there? Especially like if she's gonna be fighting Maul, arguably a thing. Her and Vader could have cool dialogue things if they do the unique stuff. I think that could be really cool.
yeah. You know what? You saw me on Ahsoka Tano. I was not a huge fan of her in the Clone Wars. But I've grown to be a big Ahsoka fan from Rebels, and then going back and rewatching the Clone Wars, I can watch with a new appreciation for everything. Because I saw the movie not in the theater on Blu-ray. I bought it on Blu-ray years and years and years and years ago, and I was like, "What is
Yeah.
this? This is not my Star Wars."
The movie is not that great. I did take my little baby sister to see it way back in the day, and that was awesome. And it's still just not that great of a film. Yeah.
It's not, but the series picks up, and yeah, Ahsoka
Oh,
would
the
be.
series is amazing, and dude, I love the whole thing because like Dave Filoni. Here's what's funny. So Dave makes this character, right? And the thing is, people really hated it. They really hated the character at first, and they hated Dave for making him
Yeah.
or her, and for having that movie out there. They were like, "This is terrible. Who is this guy? We hate." And over time, now he is. Look at where he is at
Yep.
now. Look at where Ahsoka is at now. So it's a cool story. It's like a meta thing, but yeah, it's
Awesome.
pretty sweet.
Yeah. For that. Otherwise, I would like Ben Quaterneros or Dexter Jetster.
Ooh, ooh, those are good choices for sure. Can we go back to Grievous for just 1 second?
Yeah, let's just stay on Grievous for the rest of the day.
That is going to be incredible, dude. That's
Yeah.
going to be incredible. I really hope they give him, because the thing is, even though he's really badass in the movies, I don't think his full potential. Like, have you ever read any of the comics with him?
No.
Like the Dark Horse stuff? Oh man, like dude, yeah, he's really cool, and I don't. He wasn't exactly underutilized, but George kind of like made him like hide behind this cloth, and then when he's fighting, he's only like twirling his things. Like he could do some really cool stuff. So I'd love to see. Well, guess we're gonna see. I can't wait to see Grievous, man. That's gonna be awesome to play.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone. I love Darth Maul, but I put Grievous. Do you think to your point about Grievous? You think if they got someone like Ray Park to play Grievous, but still CG him up, and so you don't see his face, so he looks the exact same, everything the same. But you put a body in there, that athletic, they could have maybe have done more with him in the fights, maybe.
1000% think that, but that's just not where their mind was at
Yeah.
with that. And you know what I mean? And like the thing is, even if let's say George was thinking a little crazier, that stuff's hard to animate. Like it's hard to even do the things they probably did with him. Obviously, ILM amazing, and everything they do in the prequels was really groundbreaking. It really was, but yeah, I think that's the way you should do it. You motion capture someone like that has some decent fighting skills, and I feel like too someone that can really utilize their legs, like with kicks and stuff like that. Because Grievous in those like claw-like legs of his are a really cool part of it. So
Yeah, exactly. Can't wait. Hopefully this shows up. Hopefully Grievous shows up in another movie. Maybe. Probably not.
yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
All right. Thanks a lot for being on this one. Where can everybody find you at?
Yes, you can find me at the Den of Nerds. That's the YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram a lot. Josh Likes Comics with an X. Come check me out. I do a bunch of nerdy things. You might think it's cool.
And you can follow me at Petsafina on pretty much everything, including PlayStation 4, where you can kick my butt at Battlefront. Part 1. Part 2, I'll kick your butt. Yeah, that's me all the time. Restart! All right, guys. Thanks a lot. May the force of others be with you.
Always.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.